Hi, hello, this is Alison from Manchester Libraries and we're here today with another Craft for Empathy Day. All this week we've been doing lots of activities and lots of stories around how we feel and how we can see how our friends feel or our families, and seeing if we can help them or cheer them up. And so Manchester Libraries isn't just about reading books, we're also about reading people's faces. We really like to see how people are feeling from their faces. And you will know from looking at your friends and your families that you can read someone's expressions and how they're feeling from what's going on with their face. So these little cress heads are the activity that we're going to do today, but we're going to have a little bit of fun putting some different expressions on them. And we've got some eggshells here with some cute little expressions on there, and all different ones. And he looks a bit cheeky, and she looks very surprised, and this is Mr. Angry here. And then we're also going to make a yogurt pot, and he looks very unhappy, but this guy looks quite sort of fun and cheeky. And then we're also going to make a proper cress head like this. Okay? So once you start to read feelings in people's faces, you might also see faces in the world around you in all kinds of things. Here's Trevor the tree I found in my garden. He looks a bit cross. And Betty the box here looks a little bit more cheerful, doesn't she? Why don't you see if you can see some faces in the things around your house? So let's get started with our activity. You're going to need some eggshells that have been washed out and dried, maybe get Mum to help with this, and an old yogurt pot. You're also going to need an old pair of holey tights. To decorate our cress head, you're going to need some bits of paper cut out in the shapes of eyes and noses and mouths, plus a couple of elastic bands and maybe googly eyes if you have them. You're also going to need some scissors, some marker pens and some glue, and some garden soil or compost. Okay, to then make the eggshells, you will need an empty eggshell, and you can decorate it with marker pens and some of your googly eyes. And then on the inside, you can either put in a tiny bit of kitchen roll or a little bit of compost, like that. And then sprinkle a few of the cress seeds onto the top of the compost and give it a little bit of water, and water it every day. To make our yogurt pot cress head, take your yogurt pot, give it a wash and a dry, and then paint it on the outside if you want to. And then we're going to paint on the expression on its face. You don't need googly eyes, you can just do this with a marker pen, or if you've got some buttons you can maybe stick those on instead. So just draw some eyes and a nose, and we're going to go for some eyebrows here. And then we're going to stick on a nice smiley mouth. So get your glue and a good bit of glue where the mouth's going to be. Press on your nice smiley mouth like that. Fill your yogurt pot with compost right up to the brim, and then you're going to sprinkle some cress seeds into the top of it. Put plenty in to make sure he gets a good head of hair, and then you're going to give it some water and then water it every day, and in about a week's time you should see the cress start to sprout. Okay, so to make our Mr. Cress heads like this, you are going to need the old pair of holey tights that we talked about earlier on, and you are going to maybe need a glass, and this helps you hold the Mr. Cress head while you're making him. And then you're going to need the compost as well. So let's get our tights ready to have all the compost put inside them. And so what you're going to do is roll the tights down so that you've got more like that, and there's plenty of holes in there as you can see. And then you're going to put the toe inside the glass and then roll the rest of the tights around the outside of the glass so that it looks a bit like this. And push it all the way down so you're only got the bottom of the toe in the glass. And first of all, we're going to put a little bit of the compost inside the glass like that. And then we're going to push it down really, really hard. And then we're going to sprinkle the cress seeds into the bottom of the tights so that they are going to be at the top of the cress head that you can see there when they start to grow. So put plenty in so that it has a nice, good, strong head of hair. Okay. And then we're going to put some more compost right on top of it to make the big, fat ball of Mr. Cresshead inside the tights. It might be helpful for you if you put the glass, just hold it over the bowl of compost so that you're not spilling the compost everywhere. So just pack it in big handfuls like this. Push it down with your thumbs like this. Lots more. And as you go a bit further down, you can start to fill more. Maybe get mom or dad or whoever your grown-up is to help you do this bit. And even more. Until you get as much in there as you can. And then take off the tights off the glass. And so you're going to tie a knot here. So push it down as hard as it will go, super hard. Get mum or dad or whoever is around to help you with this bit. And then you're going to tie this bit in a knot. So wrap it around your hand, pull it through like that, and tie it in a big knot, as tight as you can. Super tight like that. Okay. Leave about 8 inches away from the knot and then cut off the tights that you don't need. Take him out of the glass and tuck the end of the tights inside the glass, and that's what's going to help to water him when he's finished. Now we're going to decorate him with eyes and nose. Take the 2 elastic bands we talked about earlier on and pinch out where the eyes are going to be, a little nugget of soil from inside the tights, and just make a little knot and wrap around one of the elastic bands. First the left eye and then the right one. And you're going to need to flatten them down a little bit to make them look a little bit more realistic. So give them just a quick squash. Next we're going to put on the nose and the mouth and the eyes. We're going to make him smiley as opposed to Mr. Grumpy next door. We're going to give him 2 hearts for cheeks. So take your glue and glue the eyes, put plenty on, and then glue where the nose is going to be and the cheeks and the mouth. Put plenty on because he's going to get wet, so you want a good contact with the glue. And then pop your eyes on. And then the cheeks, because we're going to give him some rosy cheeks. And nice mouth, nice smiley mouth. And then a little blue nose. And there we go. To water Mr. Cresshead, you can turn him upside down and dip his head in a glass full of water to give him a good start, and do that every few days as well. And you're also going to put water in the bottom of the glass that the tights will soak up to help him get watered and give him a nice good head of hair, just right there. Okay, thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoyed our Empathy Day craft, which was all about making lots of faces and reading the expressions on our faces. And if you can send us a picture of the ones that you make at home, that would be wonderful. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.